Hey, how's it going? Thank you for checking out this video. So the premise of this is I want to show you how we go from this image to this video, and we do it in 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to walk you through the stack of tools we're using to do that, because it's really only 4 tools we use. And it's pretty much our only production line now for new ads for our clients. So if you're not sure how to make an ad, you're gun shy to spend more money on ads on Creators or Fiverr, or you just like AI stuff, then this video is going to be for you. Now, the question you might be asking is, are you in your car? Maybe. And I am. I'm actually filming this. I'm testing this out only because I'm remote working this week as I'm driving my kids around to different summer camps, because right now it's August 8th and kids are out of school here in Canada where I'm at. So they're doing all kinds of fun camps and things like that. So I'm working out of a library, but I can't record this video in the library. So I actually brought my YouTube studio with me, and I'm in the back of our Honda Pilot. So I think it's going to work pretty good. So let's get into it. Look, here is the big reason that this is important. It is because creative is the number one thing. And if you've been following me for any length of time, I harp on this over and over. Pushing buttons, setting up campaigns, naming campaigns, knowing some sort of ninja trick for audience targeting and stuff, that doesn't move the needle. I'm not saying it's not required, because it is required, but if your creative is crap, your campaign is crap. Full stop, right? What I'm going to talk about in this video is the flow that I've developed over the last 6 months and what we're using. I won't talk for an hour here and get into like nitty gritty stuff. There's a link in the description of this video, which I would urge you to go submit for, because next Tuesday, I'm doing a live workshop on how to get your first YouTube AI assisted campaign up in 48 hours or less. And it's free. It's not a webinar. I'm not going to pitch you anything at the end. I'm giving this away because I'm making a shift in my business. Is I want to give away more of my information, because I'm only looking to work with, I want to help people as best I can, but I'm starting to realize that showing everybody tactics isn't the answer. It's actually sitting with you and helping you, doing it with you, that gives people more results. And not everybody wants to do that, but I do still want to give as much information as I can to help. So I'm rambling, but I'm going to be giving a more detailed overview in that workshop, and in my email, on my email list, we're producing a 100 email series, which is going to be how to do YouTube ads, how to do demand gen, how to do AI ads and creatives. So get on that list, because that's going to be coming out starting literally within the next week or so. Okay, back to my point here. In this video, I'm going to show you the workflow that we put together in over the last 6 months or so that allows us to produce tons of creatives, unique avatars, unique people saying our scripts, targeting unique different profiles and things like this. And it's just awesome. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the stack I'm using, it's constantly evolving, but here is the stack we're primarily using right now. Of course, you're using GPT or other AIs as an assisting for coming up with ideas, but our workflow looks like this. A prompt into Flux, which is an image generator that we create an avatar, our person we want to say our videos. We're literally creating our spokesperson that we want. And we do this, we'll target different genders and ethnicities and things like this based on who we're targeting and what the offer is, okay? Then HeyGen, which is you might know HeyGen as one of these avatar tools. You go in, you select their avatar and they say it, and you can't seem to find the people you want. They have this wicked new tool called the Avatar 4 or IV Creator, which allows you to create an avatar from a still image. Awesome, which means you can basically create who you want. That's what we're using. Then we're using 11 Labs for our voiceover, and we make those two things inside HeyGen. And then we go into an app called Descript, which I'm actually recording on right now, but we use Descript to edit the video. So we pull in that avatar video that gets made in HeyGen. We put captions on it. Oh, my phone here. I'm actually using my phone 5G as my Wi-Fi here in the car right now. Put the captions on it. We pull in B-roll. We put any disclaimers or things like that and text that need to go over it. So we will usually change the intro, because obviously if you've watched any of my other videos about base metric mapping or hook rehab and the retention wall that exists in ads, this is the biggest thing. Your retention wall is an ad is basically your drop-off point, and you need that to be as far into your video as possible. Otherwise, they're not going to see your CTA. You're not going to get a good CTR. You're not going to be able to get any results, okay? So let's back up here. Step 1. So what I have found to be very useful right now, as of August 2025, is having a bunch of custom GPTs that we use rather than just one like ad creation GPT. So for instance, let's take offer for, I don't know, what's around me here? A marker box, colored pencil box from my daughter coloring the back here. Let's say we're selling colored pencils as an example. We would be, who's going to buy colored pencils? Maybe a mom buying something for their daughter, maybe an artist who's like a home sort of amateur artist that does things, maybe an adult that's going to buy them because they want to actually color, or maybe a kid, probably not a kid, like a kid that might see the ad. So we got 4 different people there, and we want to have a different ad for those 4 people. That used to cost a lot of money to do. Now what we can do is we can come up with 4 different avatars. So we have a GPT that actually comes up with these ideas. We put in our personas. We're like, okay, we're targeting moms that are between 30 and 45 years old that have kids that are between like 3 and 10 who like to color. And these are the best colored pencils. I'm not promoting big kids colored pencils, but these are the best since sliced bread. They last longer, stay sharper. The things don't break. They work in the car, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, whatever the things are. Let's make an avatar. Who do we want for that? Oh, we want a mom type character that sort of mirrors them, that can speak to them. And then we're going to have a script that mimics that. These things work in the car. These things are great, right? So that's one. A second one might be like maybe a person who's in their mid to late 20s who just likes adult coloring books because they enjoy it. So we're going to talk about these in a different, we're still going to use the same features and benefits. We're going to talk about like they stay sharp, they're very durable, they're low cost, they're artist quality, but not like department store price, these types of things. And we'll use a different avatar to say that script that mimics that person. You get my point, right? We don't have to go down this too far. But this concept of using AI to help produce our ads allows us to do this, because before we'd have to find those 4 people that matched our sort of premise of who we want, and we would write those scripts. Now we literally create a prompt, put it into Flux, usually we're doing stuff 9:16 portrait, right? We create the portrait video or create the portrait image of the person who wants to say it, maybe tweak it a little bit, and then we download the image, right? Holy crap. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, now we create a voice for that person. Now, I have another custom GPT that we've trained on creating voices in 11 Labs. 11 Labs has tons of voices in there, but you can actually, depending on the level of account you have, create your own voices, and you can prompt it for that. So what we actually do is we will upload the image that we just created in Flux. We'll say, here's the person, here is the profile of who we're targeting, here's the persona, the prompt we used to create this. Give me an 11 Labs voice prompt. What you want in that 11 Labs voice prompt is the accent, the gender, the quality. This is big, the quality. When you talk about the quality, if they're outdoor standing, then you probably don't want it to be perfect, crisp quality, versus if they're maybe in a car where I am right now, you might want slight echo, but no outdoor noise, that type of thing. So you prompt it for quality and all these things. There's actually a link when you go to create voices inside 11 Labs. You can see best practices. It's all there. So then that GPT spits out my prompt for the voice. So I go into 11 Labs, we create the voice. Then we have a script. Usually I've already done this, but step 3 is let's create the script. So I have another custom GPT that writes scripts for that offer. So let's say that I was selling colored pencils like gangbusters and it was one of our biggest accounts. I'm going to have a colored pencil GPT to write scripts for different personas. It already knows what I'm writing for. It already knows the product, already knows the benefits. So then I'm going to say, okay, let's write a script that's targeting moms between 35 and 45 that have got kids between 5 and 10, and the art's important to their kids. And they want better than like dollar store markers or colored pencils, but they don't want to order like the ones off Amazon that are like $100 because they want their kids to lose them. So let's pitch these to them in that way, talking about pain points that moms would experience where they don't want them to lose them, don't want them to break them, don't want to feel frustrated if something bad happens because they're expensive. So let's pitch this along with the fact that how important art is and coloring to their kids, because it gives moms some break time because they're actually out there coloring or in the house coloring, or it keeps them quiet in the car, or we pitch it to the avatar. Then that GPT spits out that script, maybe a couple different iterations of that script. I go to 11 Labs, grab the voice I just made for that person in Flux, create the voice. Now we've got our 2 main things we need, which is the person that's going to do the ad and the voice of the person that's going to do the ad with the script. Now we go to HeyGen. So we go into HeyGen, and there's lots of things you can do in HeyGen, but like I said, we use the Avatar IV, the Avatar for Creator, which lets us go from a still image to a video, and it's fast and it's good. So we upload our image, then we upload our 11 Labs voiceover. We enter a few different things that we can do for a prompt for how we want the person to move. Usually we say something pretty simple, like subtle head natural movements and some slight hand movement while they're speaking. Careful to get too animated there, because then it makes the video look weird. HeyGen is pretty good at adding in natural movements to things anyways. So if the video is outdoors, then they're probably going to find the person is walking and moving a little bit. If the video is in a car, then they'll be still, right? But probably maybe use their hand. A tip to go back to when we were talking about creating the avatar is think about the setting where the person would be. Are they on a park bench? Are they in a car? Are they in the living room? Are they at a desk? Are they in a coffee shop? Where are they? So think about that when you're creating the image. Okay, so we press go. That creates the video. Bang. Okay, we download it. The final step now is to actually, we don't have a ton of editing to do because any tweaks to the voice and things we did when we were making it in 11 Labs. So really all that's left for us to actually get done now is pull that video into Descript. And Descript is the tool that we add captions, we add our disclaimers, we add text on top. We generally pull in B-roll. B-roll for us is usually product shots shot with a smartphone, so they look native. Some stock footage, which pulls in from Storyblocks. And also we generally spend a lot of time on the intro visual we're using because that's what people see right away. And if you've watched any of my other videos, base metric mapping, hook rehab, we're looking at engagement in YouTube, extremely important. Also important in Meta and TikTok, but people aren't talking about this. Your playthrough rate, your 25% views, your 7-second focus views in TikTok, that first visual, that first thing you say, what shows on the screen, how it moves, that is quite literally the most important part when you're first getting a video going. Because if that flops, you got nothing. No one's going to watch to the 30-second mark if they don't watch the first 5 seconds. Okay. This isn't saying the rest of your ad can be crap. This is just saying that part's important. So we do all this editing in Descript. That's the tool we find the best right now. Then we export it, we upload it, and away we go. Now there's another app we're trying right now called Captions.ai. It's just in test for us right now. It doesn't work super well with a video like me, like I am not an avatar. This is me recording in my car. But it works well with that because my frame rate is consistent. But if you're using avatars made with HeyGen or Synthesia, I think it's called, or any of these overlaid, like some people might use ArcAds. ArcAds, hint, hint, is just a tool overlaid on HeyGen. They're using HeyGen's engine, although clever as it is for them because they're probably making a boatload with it. But you need to adjust the frame rate for a video that comes out of HeyGen, which is variable frame rate. So getting a little geeky here. Your frames per second are usually 25, 30 frames per second, somewhere's in there. When you export these HeyGen videos, they're variable. There's a tool for Mac. I use Mac called Handbrake you can use, which will level out the frame rate. You can set it at 30 frames per second and then it's still and it works better. Anyways, a little bit of geek out. So that's the stack. That's how we're doing it, right? I know I'm not building a video here for you, but that's the premise behind it. So tools you want to look at. I use a tool called getimage.ai. I'll link it in the description below. That's where we use Flux. I use a Descript, like we said, and we use HeyGen, and we use 11 Labs. Those are the 4 tools we're using. And really, that's about it. I think all of them you can try for free. They will cost a bit of money, though. But like you can run this stack for $150 a month, maybe $200 a month, where before, think about what did it cost to get one selfie style video made on Fiverr. I apologize to you if you're watching this and you're a Fiverr creator. I'm not trying to ruin your side hustle or your income, but everything evolves. And this is where we're at right now today. So look, here is what I want you to do. And I urge you to do this if you're running ads anywhere right now. And this is going to sound self-interested, but I'm telling you, this is going to be useful for you. Click the link in my description, sign up for the launch your first or get your successful YouTube AI assisted campaign going in 48 hours. And either watch the workshop if it's already been recorded or sub in and I'll send it to you because this will be useful. This will help you understand how we're running YouTube ads right now in August 2025. And you'll be on my list and we're going to be sending out a ton of how-to instructional stuff, not like hype by affiliate products, but like looms, information, stuff on how to do what we're trying to do here, which is build successful YouTube campaigns. And now why am I doing this? I'll be honest. I want to give out as much as I can because there are some of you out here that are watching this right now or will eventually get one of my emails and you'll say, Ian seems to be one of the more knowledgeable guys about this YouTube ad stuff. Maybe he can help me. And I can if we're a fit. And I can work directly with you and help you do your YouTube thing. You can do the work. We'll work together. We'll make it go. And eventually, we don't have it yet, but we will be upgrading our demand gen course to a more framework-oriented, how we keep things sustainable, how we run things successfully type course. So that's my pitch for today. So as always, leave me a comment down below if you got a question. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We all know that helps YouTube spread things around, which is very helpful. And other than that, you have a wicked day. And I hope to see you on my email list and to be sending you some valuable information over the coming weeks, days, and months. And go try one of these ads because they're pretty cool.